Shalom, shalom, family. I want to start by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, that the world calls Jesus Christ, right? I'm just getting off work. I want to get this message out before I lay it down, right? This has always been like messing with my mental, right? When it comes to reading the Bible and how people go about reading it, right? So I'm gonna start this off with a quick question. Would you ever start a movie in the middle of the movie? Why? Why would you not start a movie in the middle of a movie? Because you'll be lost, right? You won't know what's going on, right? And if you decide just to start in the middle of the movie and watch it till the end, you have to make your own interpretation, right? About what's going on. You have to lean on your own understanding. Well, I think this is what happened. I think this, you know what I'm saying? This is the reason why this is going on, right? Because you don't know what led up to what's happening in the movie because you didn't watch the beginning. That led up to Salaki, that led up to that point, right? So, with that being said, why do people start reading the Bible in the middle of the Bible? They go straight to the New Testament, right? Not getting no understanding of the previous scriptures, right? And we know where they go to when they jump to the New Testament. They go straight to Paul, right? Not knowing that Paul's writing is very, very hard to understand if you ain't got the milk, if you ain't got the knowledge of the prior scriptures, you feel me? Even Peter, the head apostle, told us that his writing is hard for the uneducated people, you know what I'm saying, of the previous scriptures, right? So I never understood that. So how would you know what's going on in the Bible if you don't start at the beginning? You're gonna be lost, right? So I want to bring out some scriptures, right? So this is 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 14 through 17. And I'm going to be reading out the GNT, right? Once again, this is 2 Peter chapter 3 14 through 17. I will be reading out the GNT. So it says, "And so, my friends, as you wait for that day, do your best to be pure and faultless in God's sight, and to be at peace with him. Look on our Lord's patience as the opportunity he is giving you to be saved, just as our dear friend Paul wrote to you, using the wisdom that God gave him. This is what he says in all his letters when he writes on the subject. There are some difficult things in his letters which ignorant and unstable people explain falsely." So, ignorant, unstable people, when they read Paul's letters, not having the milk, they just jump straight to the meat, right? They explain his teaching in the wrong ways, falsely, right? As they do with other passages of the scriptures. So with them jumping straight to Paul's reading, not understanding the previous scriptures, they're talking nonsense, right? Unstable people explain falsely, so they're explaining the scriptures falsely, just like they do the previous scriptures. Then they be trying to talk about the Old Testament, this and that, you know what I'm saying? Not having no type of understanding because they jump straight to the middle, right? Watch this. So they bring on their own destruction. So with them doing that, they bringing on their own destruction. They bringing on their own doom. Because they didn't go back to the Torah. They didn't go back to the prophets. They just jumped straight to the middle of the book, jumped to Paul, and think they got it. Because we know they jump to Paul and be like, oh, the law's done away with, right? We could do this, we could do that, yada, 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 etc., right? But look, it's another verse. Verse 17. But you, my friends, already know this. So we already know. The ones, the real ones, we know. You know what I'm saying? We know what's up. Be on your guard, right? We got to be on our guard. We got to be 10 toes down, right? Then, so that you will not be led away by the errors of the lawless people. Let me read that one more time. So that you will not be led away by the errors of the lawless people. So these people jump straight to Paul's letters and swear up and down the laws done away with. They can move like this. They can do like this. Woo, 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 woo. Right? We have to be on guard and be prepared and watch out for these type of people, because they don't have no understanding to his writings. They are lawless people. Lawless people, and fall from your safe position. Don't let these people trick you out your position, man. Right? The law is still intact. But they jump straight to Paul with not no understanding, thinking he's talking about the laws done away with, talking about this, that, and the third, right? Not having no understanding. Right? I want to go to another verse real quick. We're going to jump to Isaiah 33:22. Watch this. For the Lord is our judge, right? He's our judge, right? What is he going to judge us on? He had to give us something to judge us on, right? For the Lord is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. So, what is he going to judge us on? He's going to judge us on the law that he gave us. He's going to judge us on the laws and commandments that he gave us. Right? Once again, for the Lord is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. So he's going to judge us on the laws that he gave us. Right? The Lord is our king. He will save us. Who's the us? See? Now, when they go back to Paul's writings, they think that he's talking about the Gentiles and the other people and this and that. Not understanding, because they didn't read the previous scriptures. Right? Salakia for my dog Scooby out there. If y'all hear him, he out there whining because he outside. But I had to get this off my chest before I lay down and go to bed. Alright? So, with that being said, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, that the world calls Jesus Christ. Kwam Yasharala.